Keeping people grounded. I mean, from being here and playing here, I feel like every team that we played, we always get their best shot, regardless of how they played the week before or whatever. Like we get everything they got. So again, we're not concerned necessarily on how they perform, and also there's a lot of uncertain things that can contribute to why people are playing the way they played the first couple of games, to limited practices, to again not being able to spend that team quality time on the field to get things down pat. So um, I'm sure obviously teams are going to improve as a year goes on, and to keep people bought in is that we, regardless of how other teams are playing, we're gonna go out there every week prepared and expecting that we're playing a top 10 team. So
Mike, you're up.
Hey, Caden, I wanted to ask you, you battled through some injuries last year. You get a new defensive coordinator who also coaches the secondary and the safeties, and you get a chance to go out there and play again. What was it like for you to be in a new defense, plus finally being out there healthy where you can go out there and show your skills?
um, I feel comfortable. I think that would be the biggest word to use. I'm having fun, uh, and yeah, I'm just out there loose. Like in terms of, I know that I put the work in. I'm trained the right way. The scheme is set up for us to succeed, obviously. So it feels really good to go out there and just watching from last year to this year and how I'm moving in the first game is just a lot more faster, a lot more smoother, and again, I'm just blessed to be healthy enough to play this game.
Marcus, you have a question?
Okay, I'm just curious. So Xavier Martin is another Steel guy that plays for Tech. Is he a guy that you have a relationship with? And I don't know if you know, he's listed as a defensive back now. I know he's moved positions, but yeah, is he a guy that you had a relationship with in high school?
Oh, yes, sir. That was one of my closest friends in high school. In this past off season, when we were back at home during this break of Corona or whatever or COVID, it he hit me up saying that he was getting moved to DB and would like to get some work in. So we went out a couple times to the field and got some good quality work in. Yeah, he's more than capable of making that switch from quarterback to DB. He's probably one of the most athletic dudes I've been around still to this day. So, nah, we're definitely close.
Kirk, you're up.
Caden, how would you describe Alan Bowman as a quarterback? We don't hear as much about him like everybody does Sam and Brock Purdy and OU's quarterbacks. What are his strengths and weaknesses?
Well, Strange, he's a he's a pocket quarterback. I don't. He's not much involved in the run.
Mhm.
And the reason why he's a great quarterback, the reason why you probably haven't heard about him is I'm pretty sure he was injured last year,
Right.
with some pretty serious injury. But he can throw great balls, and he's very accurate. Doesn't make too many um, dumb decisions. So moves the offense efficient. They're pretty similar to our offense. They go really fast, and so we got to be down pack on our communication and our calls and making sure we know what we're doing.
And one follow up, is Brendan Scooter giving you any inside information on Tech from his brother?
No, he is making me a better DB though. He's really good. He's really good, really fast too.
Yeah. Thanks, Caden.
Jeff, go ahead.
Cade, with as much as Tech uses their inside receivers, I know Carter had 5, 6 catches in the Houston Baptist game, and they'll use Polk and Rigdon a lot. What are some of the things that, not just as a safety group, but those guys playing the spur, what are some of the things you guys focus on this week in practice and in film study?
Again, covering. Again, their slots are probably they're gonna be getting a lot of receptions. If you look at the number of receptions that their slots have compared to the number of any other receivers or targets that they have, the slots are up there a lot. So playing spur and safety, we're gonna have to be down packed on our coverage. Again, study any tendencies that they may have, and again, uh, lock them up and do what we got to do.
Mike,
Hi, Caden. Just to kind of piggyback off of that earlier question about your brothers, what was it like growing up in a football family?
Yeah, so yeah, I got a big family. Obviously, I got a lot of brothers, and it was cool. It's cool to see. I mean, we're all involved in the game, athletic. My pops played it at Baylor, and then obviously I have a decent amount of brothers that played D1. So it's just cool to see seeing my brothers obviously reach the dream of playing D1 football and then doing what they did. Wish they were here at Texas, but yeah, seeing what they did and the amount of work that they put in. I love seeing my brothers win. Wishing they would have won the game, but again, just being around like this big football family. Obviously, we just get to trade knowledge that we have with one another too. So it's pretty cool.
Mike, you're up.
Hey, Caden, I want to ask you about Chris Adamura. He's somebody that has grown up pretty fast, and last week he had an impact in the game. What has he come to you and talked about and tried to get some information from you? And how well do you think this guy can play?
Yeah, like you said, he grown up really well, and he's developed really well as well. Again, he's just always been a kid that wanted to get better. He always obviously had the talent, and now it's starting to put it together. And with him playing spur, the free safety and the spur had to be pretty down pack and making the calls. So, he's just a dude that wants to be the best that he can. And again, I think his impact on this defense is going to be really huge. He's probably one of the most versatile dudes that has to do a lot with playing in the box, coming out and covering some fast dudes, and blitzing, all that good stuff. So he's definitely one of our most jack of all trades dudes that we have on this team.
Dan,
Hey, Caden, I asked TQ this question earlier, but why do you think you were voted as a team captain? And then secondly, why do you think Chris was voted as a team captain?
Say that last part again.
And then secondly, why do you think Chris Brown also was voted as a team captain?
Yeah, for sure. While I was voted as a team captain, again, I feel like I do whatever for this team. Again, everything I do is for them. And again, being approachable, I feel like it's kind of huge as being a leader. If any of these guys were to hit me up off anything, I'm there. Whether it be trying to give them wisdom of me being on this earth for 20 years or whatever that I have, or again, football knowledge, I'm there. So I think that may be a big reason. And then Chris Brown, dude brings energy. He knows how to get people going. He knows how to say the right things, and the dude plays hard. So that's a reason why he's a leader for sure. He definitely has. When he comes in the room, his presence is gonna be felt. People are gonna listen to what he has to say too.
Chip, go ahead.
Caden, what stands out, since we're talking about captains, what stands out about Derrick Kerstetter?
Oh, he's a San Antonio dude. That's what stands out. He's dude works hard. Very selfless. He's moved, really versatile in himself. I believe he's played a lot of positions on the O-line. Knows the offense, and he just gets it. He knows how to again work hard, and he just does all the things right on and off the field.
And as far as we were having a laugh with TQ about T'Vondre Sweat, and he and Keandre Coburn are kind of like this comedy team. Can you take us, give us an example of that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely the top two funniest people on the team for sure. They know how to lighten up the mood anytime. So having those two dudes in the locker room, it's always something funny going on, from the dancing to the jokes that they're making. I think they made a song about food one time. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell y'all that. It's supposed to get released pretty soon, but yeah, they made a song about food. So and they wanted my feedback on it. So I told them it's coming up. I like it. So.
Before y'all even got to the field, were able to do any walkthrough, basically when y'all were at home and Coach Ash taught y'all told y'all were going to be using a different tackling system, what did you all have to do at home basically to learn what they wanted you to do on the field before you even got to go out there and put it into practice?
In terms of tackling?
Yes.
Really just watch film on it. Coach Ash is probably one of the most detailed oriented dudes that I know. he has a technique for everything. So the film that he has in exos, that is what we watch film on, is long. So really watch film, and then you can obviously go out there, work on the angles that you need to work on and stuff like that. But like you said, with us being at home, there's not really much that you could do. But I think we made up for when we got here in fall camp. We spent in any drill that we did, or in every practice that we had some type of tackling angle, going to the ground drill, incorporated in our practice. So he's done a great job of helping us tackle better as a defense, but also not to the point where we're beat up and hurting ourselves, for sure.
Ryan, you're up.
Yeah, Caden, picking up on what Chip asked, I mean, how are you guys keeping it level right now? I mean, online school, you can't go to parties, you can't hang, you got to watch this, you got to watch that, you can't stay with your friends. I mean, what is going on in that locker room for y'all to just, blow off steam?
I think just being around each other when we can, which is at practice and when we travel a little bit. Again, there's not too much that we can do. And then adding school into it, especially on online, makes it a lot more overwhelming, at least for me. I can only speak for myself, but yeah, man, that school has a lot more stress on you. So again, just being around each other and again, just being locked in, because we can't control that. I can't control COVID and how it affects how we move. I can just do what I can and make sure I do it with 100% and get the job done, whatever the case may be.
Got time for the three last ones in queue, starting with Jeff.
Caden, I know people look at the passing numbers that get put up in this league, but for you as a safety, what are the challenges and how key this week are things like, eye control and things like that when you're playing an offense like Tech that, yeah, they want to tempo you and spread it out, but they want to establish that physical edge and run the ball and do play action and everything off of that?
Again, we're playing a team that wants to get the ball out with RPOs and on the edges. So we have to make sure we establish setting the edge, make sure we tackle good in open field. And like you said, with offenses that go fast, sometimes they're going to put somewhere, a different alignment or something like that you make sure your eyes need to be where they need to be, because there will be some trick plays in there for sure. And again, they just move so efficiently. So I got to make sure, like you said, eye discipline is going to be huge this week. Technique's going to be huge this week, from tackling to covering and playing assignment sound football.
Kirk, you have a question?
Yeah, I think you had 4 interceptions last year, right, Caden?
No, it was the year before that. Sadly, I had
Okay.
I was
That's
above
right.
that year.
Well, how many do you have a goal for interceptions this year?
I do, but I don't at the same time.
What do you mean?
I do have a goal, but I don't want to share, but I'm not going to be disappointed if I don't reach that goal. I think what people get confused too is that just obviously picks and turnovers is what you want, but there's other ways to impact the game.
Right.
Unless you are mostly football a lot, that you won't be able to understand, like a typical fan for most cases wouldn't understand. But I definitely have a goal, but it's a secret.
Is it not like 10 or 12, something like that?
Oh, it's up there.
Yeah.
It's a secret.
Yeah. And last thing, I don't know if you watch NFL much. If Kenny Vaccaro's tearing it up, Tennessee, Deshaun Elliott had a sack with Baltimore. Do you watch them and study them? Do you talk to them? How does that go?
Yeah, I definitely watch guys that played here and played before me. With us, we practice on Sundays though, so it's hard for me to obviously watch their games as we practice or go through our Sunday schedule. So typically I'll catch up on the highlights, and if they play obviously on Monday, then I'll watch it. But definitely learn from those guys. They are at the next level, which is somewhere I'm trying to be at. So I'm gonna pick up anything that they do that works for them and try to apply it to my game.